Hi, welcome to the fourth book club reading, where we are reading The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss.
Yes, and this will be a little bit of a different video, a little bit shorter than what we're used to doing, because unfortunately, when we streamed, we did lose quite a bit of the footage audio-wise. So sorry about that.
Yeah.
So we'll be starting our chapter summaries at chapter 71.
Rest
And
assured, we did
yeah,
record it. It
we
just
did.
didn't record.
Indeed. So yeah, hope you enjoy our summaries starting at chapter 71 and discussion. And yeah, we'll see you soon. So chapter 71 is called Strange Attraction. Kavoth buys a horse who responds to the childish name
Nay.
of Keth Selhan. He rides to Trebon and meets a tinker who he bargains with, trading his horse for some supplies. Upon arriving in Trebon, he learns that there was a survivor of the wedding who is staying upstairs in the inn. Kavoth meets with them, surprised to learn that it is Denna. The two take a walk shortly after.
Well, he also sells the horse once he gets there, and the man he sells it
Yes.
to informs him that he got the translation wrong. And
Yeah, because
the
it
actual
was
name of the horse, the actual thing he named the horse was One
yeah,
Sock.
one sock because it was a dyed horse.
That the horse was dyed, and
I went, oh no.
and when he stepped in the water, the dye
The dye came off a bit,
I
yeah.
like how he set up that whole thing with the solvents in the water just for that joke.
Yeah, it was pretty great. Yeah. One sock, I was like, love it. Hell yeah. But that was like a short chapter because I want to say like the you could probably talk more about the next chapter because that's when like he actually speaks with
So,
Denna.
so I'm not gonna complain about this per se, but the whole I wasn't surprised it was Denna, and not because I
Mm,
expected it to be Denna, but because at this point it's just like Denna's just gonna appear randomly, like it's just gonna
yeah,
happen. Like
it's the most she's appeared in most often she's appeared in the whole freaking book. Like
I know,
my
but
goodness,
but like if she just like he was I don't know like on a boat in the middle of the ocean and they
she showed
like a
up.
pirate boat and they attack another boat and she happens to be the captain. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah, it's Denna.
it's
Yeah,
done. What the fuck?
I think they've set her up in that way. I think so.
Yeah,
She
that
just kind of shows up places.
they
And chapter 72 is called Bororol, which is explained, the title is explained in a later chapter.
what is it?
Bororol.
Bororol.
Bororol. I can't, I'm going to show you. Oh, God, I can't. Where is it?
Oh, Bororol.
Bororol. Bororol. It's
Bororol.
backwards, but not for me. But yeah,
I would pronounce that Bororol.
Bororol. That's fair. And they do explain it later, but
Yeah.
Kavoth and Denna chat and make their way to the charred ruins of where the wedding took place. Denna reveals that she met a supposedly wealthy man who they nickname as Master Ash.
And they did a nasty bait and switch on us just to make me even more annoyed and upset. It's like
Fair?
I met this man and I've been seeing him
Yeah.
as my patron. It's like,
Hey.
okay.
And her patron had told her to come to the wedding where she played songs on the lyre. The two realized that the children's songs of the Chandrian proved the likelihood that the Chandrian attacked and killed the wedding guests. So they talk a little bit about that.
I had a. We can talk about this. One of my notes that I had.
Uh-huh.
We could talk about it now. Where are my notes?
Go for it. Do a burrow roll.
Brr, 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 brr.
Burrow roll.
So
That's beautiful. Thank you.
is Master Ash a Chandrian?
Quite possibly.
Is he Cinder?
That would be cool. I
because
didn't
his
think about
name they
that.
named him Master Ash.
Oh, right. And Cinder is,
And I know it's after
yeah.
the tree, but still, that is
Yeah.
that's come on,
That
come
is
on.
interesting. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she wouldn't know who he is.
Nope. And last time we saw Cinder, I mean, he was just this young. I think he looked very like attractive. Like I think like he had like nice features, and he was a young guy with white hair. I think.
I guess
Did she describe his hair color?
she said he was older. I thought.
Oh, okay. I think Cinder's yeah like a young
I
looking
don't remember
guy.
how
I
she
don't know
described
though.
him.
I don't know if she described him very much.
She was very evasive about it.
Yeah. That's
The
an interesting idea though. I hadn't thought of that. I want to say the Chandrian are going to come up in like a like I want to say
oh,
there's going to be some reveal with them.
what would he have been sending her there to do if he was a
Mm,
Chandrian?
right.
To die? Did she know something she shouldn't, or what? Do they have? Are they trying to get rid of Kvoth because they were gonna kill him before?
Maybe.
So is
Yeah, but do they care enough? Well, no, I guess they would because
they
he
killed an
is.
entire troop just for talking
Yeah,
about
why did
them?
they? Yeah, and they just left him alive.
And they
I
didn't
don't
leave
know if I
him.
thought
They
about
they
that.
like had to flee or something because the
Yeah,
air
something
became
came up.
thick.
Yeah,
I don't know, he set so
thick.
much up and just moved on.
Yeah. Yeah, that would make sense. Um, and then if they knew that Denna was important to him, maybe that was like
Exactly, yeah.
a an attempt.
But why wouldn't they just like
But they
appear and
also
fuck him up?
well, because it also yeah, like because this specific spot they seem to hint that like there was something that this family had dug up in another area, but like they'd set up this wedding and they were gonna flaunt their like wealth because they
Hmm.
found this cool thing that was buried, and then like supposedly there was like blue flame that kind of came up after like around the time when they found it, and that's revealed in later chapters. But maybe they want the heirloom if it's still there. I don't know, but they again we don't really know all this at this point. But
Yeah, I. It's just the way they've. I don't know. Maybe that's just. Maybe the whole existence of Master Ash was to give her a reason to be there. I don't know. It feels like
mm-hmm.
he's too mysterious and important not to be like he shows up and we're like, oh my god, it's somebody.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
It's Abinthy.
Can you imagine? Oh my god. Abinthy's a Chandrian.
Oh no, I didn't mean that. I meant, but
Master Ashes, yeah.
yeah.
So chapter 73 then is called Pegs. And
Mm.
it is
Much.
one of my least favorite chapters for a specific reason. I like what happens in it.
God damn, is it hard to read?
Holy shit, it took me a while. Anyway, yes.
This is why I don't give like I don't do accents like that a lot because
Yeah.
it makes it hard to read. I do
Yeah. Well,
appreciate that he kind of
he
tapered it off
tries.
after a while.
Yeah. He was like, okay. We'll try to maybe I'll try to read a passage maybe just for fun. Um,
I actually know people with that accent if that helps
oh, fair enough. Probably. Hey,
in my
sir.
family.
Hello. Mm. This is a fun one for the audiobook. Oh. Kavoth and Denna encounter a swineherder named Sheem, who speaks about the Mothan family, who was the family that the wedding that two were killed at the wedding, digging up bones and stones to build their home, and supposedly they found a stone room uh, buried, housing something of great value, possibly an heirloom. She mentions that 2 days ago he saw hints of blue fire, which took place before the wedding, before the wedding massacre, which he did not know about. And then Kavath and Denna also learned that the area that they are in is known as Barrow Hill, which is why Bororel is just Barrow Hill. Kavoth believes that rather than barrows, there is an old fort buried a mile away, and the two go to investigate it because it's the one that they dug up.
Did they go back to the place to find the? When did they find the rust? Because I don't think you mentioned that. The rusted pump. Was that after this or before this? Or during this? Basically, they confirmed it was the Chandrian. They confirmed it was the Chandrian because there was new metal had rusted.
Yeah, that was when they were discussing what could have happened at what happened at the wedding, and they were like talking about the songs, and then Kavoth like leans against a pump and it rusts over, and he's like, "Oh, they said that was like." Denna was like, "They said that was like brand new." They were like lauding it and being like, "Look at this cool thing we got." Yeah, so they've established that before.
Should I try to read some of this?
Oh, go for hell yeah! It'll be better than me probably.
This is so he has a down country accent, basically, a very thick one. It's I might fuck this up. I haven't tried this. I've just said it in my head.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid. They won't bite. They won't bite. It's like I taught something down the water anyways. It's that accent. I do know people who talk almost exactly like that.
Wild. Let's see if I could find a.
What to doing down here? And wait, what? What does it actually say? What are the two of you doing out here anyway? What are the two of you doing out here anyway? I thought I heard singing. I thought I heard singing.
I heard that's there we go.
Singing.
Yeah.
It's really hard to do. Twere me cousin, says Denna in a very bad version of it.
Yeah.
She dare have a lovely voice for skirling, don't she? Didn't she? She goes. She goes. Like, she? Scottish instead of down country.
A lovely voice for skirling, don't she? Yeah. Let's try me. Let's see. Oi, tut, I heard summat den to water anyways, he said, his accent so thick and oily you could almost taste it. What are to the te? Oh, I don't know.
What is that?
What are the te?
It's what are the two of you doing out here?
What are the two of you doing out here? Oi, what I heard singing. Oi, what I heard singing.
Yeah, well, it's a lot thicker than that.
Oi, what I heard sing. I can't do it. Yeah.
I thought I heard singing. I thought I heard singing. Yeah. I thought I heard singing.
You've even got a dram or something to season it. If you're not opposed to taking a drop with a couple of strangers so early in today.
Here you go. You're
so early.
What's the word? Inner city London. What's the word?
Cockney?
Cockney, yeah, you were going Cockney a bit.
Yeah. You've got a dram or something, yeah.
Please don't certain, Master Quoth. It's a rare treat to meet Philly who speaks proper. Grammars around these ports sound like they've got a mouthful of wool. So, my father used to say, "One to mouth and one to head." So I don't know if that's the lilt they have, but that's what old New England lilt sounds like. But you talk like that. You talk like this. No.
There's like, a little bit of like a bounce to it.
Then I went down to the store and I talked to Jimmy, and Jimmy said, like,
"Right, okay, yeah,
it's
yeah."
Kind of that
foghorn leghorn kind of thing.
A little bit. Yeah.
Not quite, but yeah.
I said.
Boy, I said, listen right here now.
You're pissing too damn loud, boy. You've seen that one?
Pissing, but no, I haven't.
they just did a foghorn leghorn, but it's just him yelling at someone for pissing too loud.
Nice.
Piss on the side. I said the side of the bowl. Said you're too damn loud.
Too damn loud. Oh no.
You're pissing too loud, son.
For context, for people who haven't read it, or for just additional information as to why, like, yes, those lines are hard to read aloud or like reread and figure it out. It's the fact that Kavoth and Denna both try to like get on that level of speaking. So most of the chapter is you just reading a conversation between three people with that
everybody's in the
way
accent.
of speaking. And I'm like, oh,
the only
okay,
one that's readable is Denna
this.
because she can't
She can't. Yeah. I was like, yes, Denna is me. Wonderful.
It's one of those accents that if I say it too much, I'll fall into it. Actually, they say that, yeah. Kavoth has a hard time coming out of it.
Yeah, he's like,
it's in my bones.
It's in my bones.
It's in my bones, lad.
My bones.
I don't know why
it's called pigs because that's how they call. That's what he calls pigs.
Loo pigs, pig.
Loo pigs, loo pig. Yeah.
Pig.
He's great.
Don't be afraid. They won't bite.
Don't be afraid. Afraid. So then from there, we then lead into chapter 74 called Waystone.
Is this?
And this is where Kavoth and Denna travel towards the stones set above the fort structure, and they make camp for the night. They are startled by a great lizard-like creature, which they see silhouetted in the night, so they run from their camp to observe high above behind a rock. The lizard-like figure is in fact a large dragon.
Dagron!
Interestingly, Dagron breathes blue fire. Ooh.
Dagron!
Durgan.
Durgan.
So this is the first mention of a dragon at all, which is interesting.
Yeah, it's just actually, hey, we're in a fantasy series now.
Hey, BT Dubs, yeah.
There's dragons.
And I might actually want to go into just the next three chapters because they're all kind of about this one scene.
He describes it as the way he's described it is a enormous Komodo dragon that breathes fire.
Massive, yeah.
But the shape of it is not like what we think of as dragon, but a Komodo dragon.
No, it's like a big,
like a monitor
dragon.
lizard.
Yeah.
But like 5 tons.
Yeah, just big. Just fucking huge.
Boss yeah, these are around.
Yeah, Dracus, and Dennis like, what the fuck?
It swallows trees whole.
Yeah, okay. NPD. Okay. Yeah, because the sound that he described that they heard was like
crunch.
You would like a crunch, but you would think like if it was someone approaching you, it's like they step on a twig, then it's a light snap.
I thought it was gonna be a bear.
Sounded like. Yeah.
But then it
sounded like a tree just ripping in half and dragging on the ground.
Would they have that much lead up to a bear, though? That was my thought. It's like, I feel like this is a bear, but I also feel like this is probably something bigger than a bear.
Yeah. I thought it was going to be just a big fucking Chandrian. Just a big boy.
Just a big man.
Just a big man.
Chandrian.
I eat trees.
I eat trees, I do. Yeah, it's me, the giant Chandrian. I eat trees. They call me the Green Man. And I sound like Ray Romano. No.
There you go. Ray Romano. It wasn't a large carnivorous penguin. Oh, yes. Moo. Yes. Okay, Corwin. So, yeah. Well, I want to read the next three because it was so funny.
Just Denna going they're all actually, together.
Yeah.
I think she broke a little.
Yeah. So I'll go through that in the next.
I will read out
basically the same
because
thing.
It's hilarious.
Now or like when I get to the chapter?
When
I get to it, okay.
What she says is just so funny.
Okay, so chapter 75 is called Interlude. So it's the only interlude we have in this section. And it's called Obedience. And Kote pauses his story dramatically, expecting Bast and Chronicler to be in disbelief. Neither are particularly phased, and he continues. That's all I wrote. So then chapter 76 is called The Mating Habits of the Common Dracus. Kavoth and Denna laughed to themselves, marveling at the herbivore common Dracus now making a home in their camp. The chapter ends suggesting that tragedy is on the horizon. But we're going to talk about the reaction to the dragon.
All right, do you have your book? Do you want to play Kvoth? Because
yeah.
I want to do Denna. I mean, in multiple ways.
Perfect. Yes. Okay. Hold on. Let me grab
at least the
beginning,
18
right?
plus version of her.
The 8. Okay, so are we starting from the chapter?
My 16-year-old self
would
have liked Denna, I should say.
True. Fair. So beginning of the chapter to the
from the beginning.
Cool. All right.
Yeah. It's a dragon. Telu, hold up over and roll us. It's a dragon.
It's not a dragon. There's no such thing as dragon.
Look at it. It's right there. Look at the huge goddamn dragon.
It's a dragon.
It's goddamn huge. It's a goddamn huge dragon. It's gonna come over here and eat us.
It doesn't eat meat. It's an herbivore. It's like a big cow.
And she just laughs hysterically, like.
And there's a flash of blue fire, and then she freezes mid-laugh, and her hands kind of. Oh my god, Denna froze mid-laugh, then took her hands away from her mouth. She looked at me, her eyes wide, and spoke softly with a slight quaver in her voice. Moo. I went, what the fuck? I found it hilarious. I thought that was so funny.
I guess Rothfuss writes comedy now.
Yeah, whap, whap. Which is why I was like, because like when you were like, oh, we were supposed to read 76, and I was like, yeah, goddamn right, you should. It's great. It's very like uncharacteristic of the other chapters, but what is this? It's a huge goddamn dragon.
This is fantasy, Guru. You're missing out.
The start of this chapter, yes.
Yeah,
it's the start of the final chapter that we read.
She calms down,
Holy
so we
hell,
won't continue.
Yeah, after that, she's like, okay, cool. And basically the dragon just settles on top of their fire and just has a big nap after he does like a mating ritual.
I did not believe him when I was like, nah, this is a real dragon, and he read that in a book, and he's now convinced, and he's gonna get him killed.
Yeah.
And then it just swallows a fucking tree.
Yeah. And he's like, oh, delicious tree trunk. Just carries the tree in his mouth like a stick, like a big huge stick, like a dog, and it's just, look what I got.
It's like putting out fires by eating them or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Turns out the dragon's actually a firefighter. Respect.
He's doing good work. He's doing a service.
We need a common Dracus up north.
We do.
In the Canadias.
In the Canadians.
To eat all the fire trees.
Yes. Yes, please. And then the chapter ends with saying that, like, basically they go to sleep, and Kavoth's like, I would never know that tragedy was just on the horizon. That's where we ended the reading, and I went, okay. Don't know what's gonna happen, but something's gonna happen to someone, and it's not gonna be good.
Yeah, he said, I sat there quietly, trying not to shiver, and eventually Denna's breathing leveled off. I watched her sleep creepily with the calm contentment of a boy who has no idea of how foolish he is or what unexpected tragedies the following day will bring. Dun dun dun!
Bum, bum, bum. And that's the end of the reading.
Yeah, Guru, you're missing out on this. You're missing out.
The next day is pretty wild.
Cole.
Dang. I'm excited.
Dang.
So we have about 120-ish pages left.
120 chapters remaining.
Dawn of the third day. So what were some discussion points that we had? I know I wrote a few. What were we were talking about magic systems, right?
I'm scared of... So you had general feelings about Denna and her story.
Yeah, well that was just a point of just like, how do you feel about Denna? Because we got a lot more Denna in this section of the reading, more than we've seen yet.
I like her when she is like just with Kvoth and
Hmm.
they're just like having a good time together. That's when
Yeah,
I
just
like her.
being
At
a
any
nice
other
duo.
point, I don't like her.
It's fair. Yeah, I want to know more about her, and I don't know if we'll get there, but I mean, because it might honestly just be like, that's all you need to know about her. That's her, she keeps her secrets.
And when I say with Kvoth, I don't mean Kvoth defines her. I mean like he is our eyes and ears.
Yeah,
So when she's
they
with
are
us, I should
speaking.
say.
Yeah. Hmm. But I think we've mostly talked about it. And my other discussion points were just like, we talked a little bit about who we think is behind the hired attack, which we just landed on, probably not Ambrose. Um, and then I had one where a discussion point where I was saying Chandrian connection / roots. So this was just something that I thought about when we were introduced to the dragon that can breathe blue fire. Do they have some connection to like a dragon lineage? Like we know how Haliax came to be in the myths anyway, in the lore. Um,
I
but
I feel like
dragons breathing blue fire is, I don't know, there's something.
the blue fire connection I would imagine has to do with they're somehow harnessing dragon fire.
Oh, so it's originally Dragonfire. That's fair.
That would be my guess.
Interesting. But like, wouldn't they? Well, maybe because they don't really. The way Kavot describes the whole thing is that they don't think like in this world, no one's seen a dragon. They don't think dragons exist. Um, and the blue fire is a weird thing that people don't really see very often. But I've never uh I haven't read anything that would suggest that they know that it's dragon fire.
They
Probably because maybe they haven't seen it.
they do also have blue lamps. It's true.
Does the blue fire have to be seen? They also have blue lamps. That's true. Yeah, maybe dragons are just breathing bone tar.
Ugh.
Blech.
Ammonia dragon,
Bone tar. Yeah.
if it indeed has
Um.
ammonia in it.
Yes, to make it volatile. I have no special knowledge on this point. That's fair. Um, yeah, I don't know. I thought maybe that there was some connection to dragons, maybe, but I don't think we'll find out in this book
I
if
wouldn't
there
be
is anything.
surprised if there was a connection, but I also wouldn't be surprised if it was just like arbitrary.
Yeah,
Not all things need to be connected. I mean, there's only so many
no,
colors that fire can be.
yeah. I think it's just because he's very closely like focused on blue fire equals Chandrian, at least to Kavoth at that point in his life.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because they made it so significant, I'm just like, oh, this is a different thing that also uses blue fire. The cat is on the screen. Hello.
I just realized that our background is basically blue fire.
Oh, it is. We didn't even know it.
I was the
Didn't
champion
even set
all
it up.
along.
Oh my god. Oh my god. And I was an accomplice.
Yeah, it was your fault. Your
It's
your
all my fault. Hi, sir.
Cinder.
Hi. It's Cinder.
Yeah.
I showed the baby. Wanna look up, baby?
I would like to see the baby.
Are you looking away, sir? There you go. There you go. I wish to see the baby. The baby. Bo was Haliax. Were you Haliax? Oh no.
Dum,
How
bum,
could you do this to
bum.
me? How could you do this to me? He's purring.
The shadow
What were
hand.
your discussion points?
My discussion points were one. What the fuck, Diok?
Okay, fair. We've talked that.
The second was the mouthfeel of the book seems to take a hard turn for every section.
Hmm.
Like every section feels like a different novel.
So section meaning of a chapter?
Our readings.
Oh, I see. Yeah, because because it always feels like it's a little different.
Like the
I mean,
first
Tarbean was a huge difference.
the first one was uh like I don't know, like kind of dark and gritty, but not like dark dark, like color dark. The second one
Hmm.
was just like terrible things and lost in a city.
Yeah,
Third one was Harry Potter,
university. Yeah,
and this fourth one was high fantasy. Yeah, just high fantasy.
high fantasy and more Dena, more Dena.
Yeah, and romance,
Yeah,
comedy romance, rom
comedy
com.
romance. So it's turning into a rom com. Oh my god. Yeah, I just want to know more about things, but I know that there's only two books, so I won't get all the answers. Please do.
My third bullet point was Dagron.
Dagron.
Uh,
Dragon.
my fourth was is Master
Dragon.
Ash 100% a Chandrian? Yes.
True.
Cinder.
Yes slash yes.
Uh, then is Imre on the right or the left in your head?
In the map?
No, in your head.
What do you mean in my head?
When he moves from one to the other, which one's on the right? Which one's on the left? Or are yours up and down? Do you not have a? Does your brain not have images in it when you think?
I mean,
Because some people don't have brain images.
well, when he says he goes like from Imre to
Yes.
Traban,
Okay. So let's say there's
I
a river down the
envision.
middle. Which side is the city on? Because there is a river down the middle. Which
Oh, I
side is which
never.
one on?
I just never pick a side. I just say like,
How do
oh,
you
yep, it's
perceive it?
up or down, up or down.
Uh,
Like if he's moving, if he's going, if he's moving due north, then he's an Imre. He's moving straight up.
okay,
That's my
so
vision.
so top and bottom for you.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
For me, Imre's
Because
on the left.
Imre is down for
So
me.
wait,
Yeah.
sorry, no, right. Imre's on the
Right.
right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the one that with the backwards L.
Ah.
Imre's
Yeah.
down for you.
Yeah.
It turns out I'm right, so
No, everything that everyone else says is incorrect.
I also picture Imre on a hill, and also the university on a hill, and the water, the river that runs
Oh,
through them
universe.
in a
Oh
valley.
yeah, university is definitely on a hill. That's a very ivory tower idea.
My next one is how lovely is the doctor girl? Am I right? She's great.
Mola?
Yeah, love her.
Excuse me, sorry. Mola's great. Yeah,
I wrote. I didn't want to write I couldn't
yeah.
remember her name. I didn't want to write something
She's just
stupid.
great. Mole.
Mole.
Mole, mole, mole.
How much debt is he in now?
So much debt.
Like,
So he,
how much does he owe
because
her?
he took, what was it, 18 talents or something like that?
20.
It was 20? Full 20? Okay.
He's like,
So he,
I will only take 20.
yeah.
No,
And I
and then that
think he
chapter
spent,
ends.
right. I think he spent 15 or 16 on the horse.
It doesn't matter how much he
To buy it.
spent. How much debt is he in? How much does he owe
Oh,
her?
I mean, he's paid off his other debts, right? So it would still just be
Did
20.
he? I don't think he did.
Did he not?
I think he was just paying the interest.
Oh,
I think he's like thousands of dollars in debt right now.
probably. So much debt.
And my last was what will happen when slash if he returns to the academy.
What was it? What
The
happens if
university.
he?
What will happen when he returns to the university, if he does?
I'm just interested. Like, I honestly can't think of like what's actually gonna happen at when they're like as they're in Trebon, like looking into the the wedding site massacre and also the fort.
Um, I just don't know what's the tragedy. What's going to happen? Is it going to happen there? Are they going to head back to the university? And is someone going to have like, I don't know, died or something? Like, baby cat. I'll have to check that later.
See,
Or I'll
the
copy.
thing is, you can't kill either Denna or Kvoth because
Yeah,
both
they're safe.
because Kvoth is telling the story, and
Yes.
Denna was mentioned in the present tense by Bast because Bast says, "I have met her,"
Yes.
not I did meet her.
Yeah.
Unless Bast doesn't understand his conjunctions, but
Mm.
so something bad could happen to them, but
Yeah.
like one of them gets like seriously injured, but I know they're gonna be fine.
I think something's gonna happen to one of his friends, like Sim or Minette.
Or are they gonna get captured by like Chandrian?
Is that a tragedy though? Like tragedy to me sounds like
Like
someone's either
locked in
gonna
a
get
cage? Yeah, tragedy implies
tragedy implies death
permanent
or like
damage.
permanent, yeah, like mutilation or something. Yeah.
Maybe all of Denna's arms are gonna be cut off.
Oh no.
She's gonna become a weeble.
Weeble.
Weebles do
A
wobble,
meeple.
but they don't fall down. Bast's statement does imply Denna is alive, assuming he knows how to use language.
Yeah.
You wouldn't say I have met so and so if they were dead. You would say I met so and so. You wouldn't. The have implies that that it may happen again.
He said I have met her? What was this thing?
Yeah. He didn't say I
Because
met.
I actually I took that fully to be like yeah, I met her, but that doesn't mean that she's alive right now. Because I could read that in both ways. I understand what you're saying too.
Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah.
It was one of the interludes, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the nature of wild things? One of those. But Bast needs to be able to meet her as well. So she can't die before Bast meets her.
Yeah, so at the very least we know that she can't die. Yeah.
At least until Bast meets her.
Because he's gotta marvel at her crooked nose.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I read that as a they think she's still alive. Is how I read that.
That's interesting. Yeah, something's gonna happen to her though, because the way that Cole talked about her, like he
didn't say I met her once. He said I have met her.
Yeah.
Just like why would he say it that way?
Yeah.
Why throw the have in there?
True. But something does happen, so maybe they think she might be still alive. Because like when they talk about who we assume is Denna, like they bring up a woman,
Yeah.
and then he's just like, "What do you know about her? Fuck off!" Like he gets real dark. So something happens, but we don't know what. And we might not know.
Ha! Okay. I met her is the simple past tense, indicating that the meeting occurred at a specific point in the past. It suggests that the meeting took place and is completed. It doesn't provide any connection to the present moment. I have met her is in the present perfect tense. The tense indicates that the meeting happened at an indefinite time before the present moment. It suggests that the meeting is relevant to the current situation or that there is the possibility of future encounters.
Oh.
Present perfect tense implies a connection between the past and the present.
Well, there you go.
In summary, I met her refers to a past event without any direct connection to the past, while I have met her emphasizes the past event's relevance to the present moment.
And that brings us to the end. That was our fourth reading. Thanks so much for watching.
Our next reading is going to be the fifth reading, and it's going to be chapters 73 to
77.
77. Chapter 77 to the end of the book.
Yes.
And then
Epilogue.
we'll be chatting about it, and we'll have some discussions about the entire book, and then we are also going to choose the next book.
Mm-hmm.
So, in fact,
Maybe we'll have a name of the book club.
yeah, maybe we'll have the
by
name of
then.
the book club. Who knows?
Who knows?
See you then.
Bye.